everybody. How you doing? Jonathan McClanahan here with McClanahan Stringed Instruments. And we have the one and only Scott Napier here in the shop today. And we've got a phenomenal mandolin here with an even more phenomenal story, lineage on this instrument. And the whole story is just one of them that follows an instrument and a person throughout their whole career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The first bluegrass festival I ever went to, I think it was 1992 at Renfro Valley, Kentucky. A lot of people were there, a lot of big bands. Lost and Found was one of them.
Oh, wow.
Dempsey Young.
Oh.
And I had enough courage, a shy kid, to ask him about his mandolin, because why did it sound so different? You know,
Yep.
It was something else. And he gave me a business card. It was Johnny Hutto built it, he said. He gave me that card. And from Augusta, Georgia.
Yep.
So I went home and written a letter to Hutto, you know, just
Back in the later days.
Yeah, pleading.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I can charm him, you know,
Yeah.
this kid. So he come back with some Polaroids numbered,
Oh,
like
wow.
1 through 10 or 12, and just pick out the number, how you want it to look, and this and this, and you send me some money and I'll start building. And he closed by saying, "It will sound like Dempsey's."
Wow.
And I have the letter still.
Do you?
But it was a lot of money to
Yeah.
a 15-year-old kid. Just a handful of years later, I was playing with Larry Sparks and Lonesome Ramblers, professional, and always wanted a Hutto, but they were just out of reach and they weren't for sale. When people would get them, they just would keep them.
Yeah.
But we were down in Mississippi, Columbia, Mississippi, playing at a festival. A guy, Charlie Harrison, who's still alive, I've looked him up in some research. He brought this mandolin to the record table. He says, "I got a mandolin for sale and it's a good one." He said, "Who's the mandolin player?" And I'm like, "Well, it's me." And he pulled this thing out. And I have a photo of me playing it at that moment.
Wow.
When I first put it in my lap. And I'm 22 years old and my eyes are bugging out of my head.
Wow.
And I was saving money for a better mandolin. Because I remember Larry Sparks, he told me one night after a show, he says, "Scott, you're outgrowing your mandolin. You need a better mandolin."
Hey, when Larry says
Yeah.
it, you got to do it.
Oh
yeah.
we were on the bus and Larry looked back and he goes, "Where's that mandolin?" And I told him, I was like, "Well, he's got it. I'm going to plan on trying to buy it when I get back home." We were out for like 4 days and he was there to sell this mandolin at this festival.
Wow.
And Larry says, the bus driver, Charlie, asked us, he says, "Charlie, hang on a minute." He gets up and leaves. About 15 minutes later, he comes back walking with the promoter of the festival and this mandolin on his side.
Wow.
And I remember he reached it to me. He says, "You won't outgrow that mandolin."
Wow. Did he?
He did. And so I played it for years, 12 years. It's on a bunch of records. The good stuff that I did with Larry Sparks, playing it on the Grand Ole Opry on my 22nd birthday.
Wow.
Lots of highlights.
Wow.
Recordings. And then after Larry, I did my mandolin album all out front.
Oh yeah.
People still talk about
With
it.
this one here?
It's this mandolin.
What
Sure is.
albums did you do with Larry?
Oh, geez.
I mean, with
Coldest
this
part,
mandolin.
Coldest Part of Winter, the 40 album, which I got to record with Alison Krauss and Rhonda Vincent.
Oh,
and the
wow.
Lights. So that alone was a big deal.
So you will hear this mandolin on
Yeah.
those recordings. Go
Yeah.
look those up.
Yeah, but I got to finish up Dempsey's last recording.
Oh,
It's called
man.
Love, Lost and Found, and Dempsey's on, I think, six tunes, and I'm on the other 6 playing this mandolin.
Oh
On
man,
the-
with Dempsey?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really made the highlight of my mandolin playing.
Wow.
life. But and then one tune, we're both on it.
Oh,
Dempsey
man.
wanted to redo backup on it and do an ending differently, and they knew how he wanted it, so I got in there and got to play it. So
Wow.
that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But I traded it, and Lorraine Jordan got it. She helped me by getting it because I was pursuing a very expensive instrument. And 12 years later, just about a month ago, I woke up one morning and wanted this mandolin back. I can't explain it.
Wow.
It was emotional. Even.
Meant to be.
So I want my mandolin back.
Mm-hmm.
And I messaged Lorraine, and she goes, "Well, let's see what we can do about that." And here we are. I was driving by your exit, and you were on my mind. And
Scott called me, and so we talked about it, and he was just wondering, how deep to go into it, and as far as remaining with the integrity of the instrument of what it was, and or what it was at the moment, And we talked about it and was like, well, let's get it back, to the way at this, with respect to where it's at now, but doing some of this stuff that it needed to be done. So what happened was the headstock, like Scott said, had all that checking, and I'll put up pictures to show. The back here had a veneer, but it was not blacked out. And but the strength is there with the veneer. That's the most important thing. But I got that blacked out, got his bee sting right here corrected and done. All of this, like he said, was down to bare wood. So I come in here and I stained all of that and got the continuity of the whole neck in line with the heel down here. And keeping stuff like that is just beautiful. Got all that done, and then I came over and French polished over the neck. Got it stained and everything correct, and then French polished over the neck. And what I done too on this was relicked the hardware. This was like a brand new, and it just didn't match the overall patina and ambience of the instrument. Scott really wanted this pearl, this white pearl and this abalone to pop. And it had that relicking yellow look on it with all the checking and everything. So I didn't put any relicking on that pearl and let it live. But I relicked the binding, obviously. I refinished the whole peghead face and the whole peghead back. And there's relicking on the tuners as well, as you can see. Come out really well. Well, I done a setup on it, cut the nut height down, got the setup. It plays like an electric guitar now.
Yeah.
But you're getting ready to hear this mandolin, and it's one of the premium mandolins on the circuit today, and one of the premium Huttos. So, brother, take it away.
Yeah, I have to relearn. It plays, like you said, it plays itself. The tension is so loose in a good way.
Yep.
That you just barely touch it. It's just.
Intonation's perfect.
It really is. And the chop is, the action's super low.
Yep.
It's just like, you gotta pull back a little bit. It's just so responsive. Let's see, a kickoff on the Love Lost and Found record I did that Dempsey's on.
Yeah.
But back to Dempsey, not the same year. He passed away in 2006. This was built in '99, but it was signed December the 10th, the date of his death.
Wow.
And it never even occurred to me until recently.
How amazing is that?
Yeah. But
Ode to Dempsey. Well, thank you so
Yes.
much for calling me. And
Yes,
I've
sir.
done a lot of work with Scott before, but it's always an honor to be able to be a part of the lineage of an instrument like this.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you calling me. And